For a lot of people, there's nothing cooler in the sci-fi genre than going out on your own, making a name for yourself, and handing in dangerous criminals to the local bounty office, dead or alive. So, if you have just joined Star Citizen, that might be the career path you want to choose. But how does it work? How do you get started? And what should you expect? Well, here is... engaging. Bounty hunting is one of the oldest features in Star Citizen, and is due for an upgrade, hopefully, this year. But for now, it can be very daunting for new players to hop into this profession. To start off with, there's two kinds of bounty hunting, PvE and PvP. Before that makes you not want to do it, I want to point out that you do not have to do both of these types of bounties. We'll start with the PvE stuff because it's more than likely what's going to be better for newer players. Thanks to CIG, there are an infinite amount of pirates, criminals, and ne'er-do-wells for us to claim our bounties. Through the contracts tab on your Mobiglass, you will be able to see the bounty hunting section. But wait, before you can start spamming these missions, you need to make sure you've got your license. After you pay a fee, your first bounty hunter mission will be a ship v ship dogfight. This mission is particularly easy and honestly can be completed by any ship with guns. Once you do complete it, you will unlock VLRTs, or very low risk targets. After this, you want to unlock an area that you can do these bounty hunts in. You have your choice between any of the planetary bodies, Microtech, Hurston, Arcorp, or Crusader. You do not get locked to one, so you can complete all of these area missions if you want. As a quick tip, I recommend Crusader. It's very easy to get around, as well as you can combine both your PvE and PvP bounties here. Once you accept the mission, make sure that it's tracked and check the location. Usually the bounties will spawn above special locations, like wrecks, caves, or outposts, which gives you an awesome opportunity to discover some very cool hidden gems. Or you'll find them in orbit around some moons, where you will have to deal with debris. Just do be careful if you end up getting a bounty at night, and make sure you check the altimeter. You don't want to do this.
Oh!
I was shooting it. Oh, you... Is that what you meant by boom?
Yep.
To avoid this, you can spam your ping button to get an overlay of what the planet looks like below you. And always be checking your altimeter. These bounties will also spawn with additional ships. This entire thing makes the encounter a lot more dangerous, but do keep in mind, you only have to eliminate the target. You can, if you want, ignore the other ships. Now that you've done your first mission, it's time to grind. Bounty hunting can be one of the most profitable things in Star Citizen, but you need to get your reputation high enough. Eventually, after completing enough VLRTs, you will get the opportunity to upgrade your license. This will then allow you to hunt LRTs for a lot more money. This then repeats for MRTs, HRTs, VHRTs, and ERTs, which are extreme risk targets. LRT and MRTs are not much more difficult than VLRTs, so you should be able to do them in the light fighter. HRT and VHRTs bring some pretty deadly ships to the fold though, so you're either going to want to bring a friend or a heavy fighter. And once you get to the ERTs, that's when it gets very complicated. You're either going to have to make sure that you can get torpedoes from your Eclipse or Retaliator to hit the target, or you will need someone else. Now, firstly, I know that there's going to be people out there saying, well, actually, I can do ERTs by myself, and I'm sure you can. But for a lot of new players, they need to get that skill up first. Once you do unlock ERTs, you will see just how much money you can make doing bounty hunting. If you play your cards right, you can get upwards of 250,000 UEC per hour, maybe more, if you are just that skilled. However, these are not the only types of bounties. One of them, my favorite, you will see with a question mark, the question mark RTs. The question mark RTs and evict illegal occupants missions are FPS bounties. These can take place in caves or outposts and will require you to actually have some sort of setup with FPS weapons. If you're doing these bounties within a cave, it is very easy to get lost. So either do the trick where you keep yourself to your right and just follow along the wall, or bring some flares along with you to drop and light your way. The caves in particular can also be additionally profitable, as you'll notice that they've got mining tools, and in their backpacks, they have mining gems. So after you eliminate a couple of them, why not grab them and go sell them to the local store? In addition to these, we also have group bounties. These work very, very similar to the regular bounties, except it's multiple targets in different locations, and you will have to eliminate them within a certain time limit. Be warned though, sometimes these bounties spawn within different planetary groups, meaning you're going to want a decent quantum drive in order to get halfway across the system. After a while doing bounties, you'll notice in your personal tab that you'll have an appointment mission for a person simply named M. This is Miles Eckhart.
You looking for somebody?
bounty hunting has its own series of kind of story-driven targets. I'm not going to spoil them, but completing them unlocks the hardest and most brutal bounty hunt that you can. Also the most profitable. For that particular mission, you will 100% need multiple people, unless you are by far the best skilled pilot in the verse. Other than that, the bounties in these missions, once again, are very similar to your regular VLRTs, HRTs, etc. So, you've been working on your PvE bounty hunting, but you're getting the itch. You want to do some PvP. Similar to the PvE bounties, you will need a license in order to start hunting players. However, this one could be a little bit harder because you have no idea the skill level that you're going up against. The way that it works is after a player gets crime stat 3 or higher, they are eligible to get a bounty placed on them. This is something that the game will do by itself. If you accept the mission, you'll get a thing that we call a God marker, which hopefully will be removed from the game soon. And this is going to tell you basically the exact location of that player. The higher the crime stat that the player has, the higher the bounty is that you're going to be able to claim. But also keep in mind, you also don't know what ships these people are going to be in, or if they're going to be in ships at all. For all you know, they could be sniping on a hill waiting for you to get out of your ship. I still think that they are worth giving a go because it is an experience unlike any other in this game. Just be warned, sometimes people that get bounties though will just stay in Armistice Zone and Grimhex forever. This guy's 27 minutes since he's last been seen. So now that you have an understanding of how bounty hunting works, here's a couple of tips and tricks for you. Firstly, during bounty hunting, all of your targets will have a crime stat, meaning the mercenary mission, A Call to Arms, is going to give you a bunch of UEC as you're completing your missions. During dynamic events like Jump Town and Nine Tails Lockdown, there are way more bounties than there normally is, as well as they all tend to be in very easy to get to spots. This is a very opportune time to take those PvP bounties. And don't be disparaged if you unlock a higher bounty and you can't complete them. Just get your skills up, maybe save up a couple of UEC, and get that heavy fighter that you really want. In addition, people seem always very keen to join up together and do tons of bounties at the same time. So always check general chat if you need help. And now for everyone's favorite section of everything you need to know, I hope, because this is the first episode, people better than me. Bounty hunting can become a very highly skilled profession. And so because of this, I recommend that you actually start learning a lot of dogfighting. And for that, I would go to Avenger 1. This guy is often considered the king of dogfighting in Star Citizen, so is definitely someone that's worth learning from. And as always, as a bounty hunter, it's important to know your enemy. So start learning some stuff about pirates. I recommend you go check out Mongrel Squad, one of the largest pirate organizations in Star Citizen. You might be able to learn a thing or two about why you're getting caught up all the time. There you go. That's everything you need to know about bounty hunting in Star Citizen. Until they release a patch later this year and invalidate everything in this video. If you found the video helpful, please give it a like, make sure to subscribe to see my other videos, and make sure to check out some other everything you need to know about. Although this is the first one, you might have to wait a week or two. See you all in the verse, and good hunting.